Yeah, ready, Clive.
Mark, commiserations. There was never much in that game between the two teams, was there?
No, I think that, if you take the game in isolation, that, we'd done very little wrong. Talking about half-time when we were, we've got to win challenges and win tackles a little bit more beyond the front foot, but use of the ball was okay from time to time. There wasn't a great deal in it, you're right. We probably cancelled each other out a little bit. But we had opportunities to score. It was just one of those games that we ended up losing with one time we didn't really do our jobs properly when they had a chance at the far post and gets played back in and he hits his face and goes into the net. So disappointing. The goal that was disallowed, I'm going to see the referee in a minute. Their manager's in with the referee at the moment. So once he's finished, I'll go in and see the referee. I want to know why that goal was disallowed, but there's talk of it being disallowed for handball, which there was no handball, I'm being told. So that's a disappointment. We're through with 2-on-2. The referee blows his whistle and brings us back, and you don't get the momentum that way. And the fouls that you have to contend with against these because they disrupt the play, that adds to it. So I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed. I'm disappointed for the players because they've given everything. They've played some good football. We've been in decent positions to take the game to them, and a place obviously where we struggle to win. And today was just one of those games where, at the moment you just scratch your head because there are fine margins and we're losing out on those fine margins. So, like I say, on to the next.
Yeah, right at the end, you're creating chances. I mean, that save right at the end was a great save.
Yeah. Bobby's header put the ball in there and meets it really well, to be fair, and it's a good save. But like I say, there are chances there to either score or keep the pressure on. We sometimes make the wrong decision. You can see that there's a sort of exuberance of youth, but sometimes we're making wrong decisions where we can build pressure a little bit more. The ball can get played outside to try and create overloads the wider area, or put the ball into the box from a wider area to try and put them under a bit of pressure. We played with two strikers again, and we were unfortunate. But the goal that was disallowed, I just didn't see anything wrong with.
You mentioned two strikers who changed the formation. Was that partly because of the personnel available?
Yeah, partly for that. Partly because of what we've got in the squad, how the squad's built, and the way that we are. So it was the right way to go. I don't think that was a tactical game. They changed. They went into more of a box at the end of the game, but we were still on the front foot. It was just the fact that we ended up kicking the ball out for a corner, or the ball went behind for a corner when it didn't need to. Use of the ball could be better. The decision making right from the back, where they're overloading one side, we're playing to that side. We played into the hands too often, but these are things where I'm nitpicking, but it makes a difference. It does make a difference to the overall the build-up, and obviously the outcome of attacks and where you turn the ball over, or where you can go and create opportunities against teams. So yeah, disappointed.
Norman Bissett, very lively, draws a couple of yellow cards out of them. It'd be disappointed not to put that chance away, I guess.
Yeah, we've had some nearly moments, but we've had some really decent moments as well. But you have to take chances. We have to take our chances at the moment because we make a mistake. We shoot ourselves in the foot too often, where the opposition punishes us for it. So it's just like I say. Sometimes you can put your finger on things, know exactly why and what we've done right and what we've done wrong. It wasn't a bad performance. It wasn't a poor performance by any stretch. I think we've actually played okay today and come out on the wrong side of a result. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep going and plug it away. And then if we do the right things, if they continue to do the right things or learn from the mistakes, and things will turn around. It's just these stages when you've lost the amount of games that we have, or we've not picked up the points that we expect or feel we deserve. It doesn't make any difference now. course. We've just got to make sure that we continue to put the performances in that are going to determine that we turn around this sort of negativity in form, and certainly on the back of at the end there, you see the bewilderment on the faces of the players. You know, they can't handle it. They can't handle the criticism. They can't handle it. So people have got to stick behind them. There's one or two in the crowd there shouting on, which fine, no problem. Shout on all you want, but support your team, support the players.
There were quite a few singing your name as well, we heard.
A lot were brilliant, but it's like I said to you before, there's 25 posts that are good and one bad one. People pick out the bad one and then that's all they remember. That's what happens with the young people, and I think that people need to be mindful of that, however angry they are. It's all right being angry. We've got to try and put things right and do it in a positive enough way that you're not crucifying people and putting them on the back foot so as they've got a further distance to come back from. It's not simple. It's not a simple job, and they should remember that, some of them.
Job's a tough one to take for you all, I guess.
Yeah, very tough. We stayed in the game. We know this is a hard fixture. At the end of the day, everyone's fighting for these points. We came here, I thought we did well. Like I said, stayed in the game, we created chances. But at the end of the day, we switched off for one moment and they punished us. We got a goal disallowed. Watched it back, in my opinion, it shouldn't have been disallowed. But yeah, we've just got to keep pushing, stick together now, and get some points on the board.
Do you feel the luck's just not with you at times at the moment?
I'm a big believer in you create your own luck. I just think if we keep playing, keep driving the sessions back at the Sky Blue Lodge, keep turning up, we will start to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to stick together. We always bring a massive crowd with us. We know how important these fixtures are for the fans, and we've got the amount of people travelling away from their homes to come watch us, and we get beat, it kills us, So I want them to know how much it does mean to us when they turn up in numbers. It's massive, and we will start getting points, and we will start making their weeks better.
Because Mark Robbins was saying there were one or two fans who were shouting criticism, but actually there are a lot that were really backing you at the end of the game.
Yeah, 100%, but in my opinion they're entitled to give their criticism. Like I said, they're the ones that are paying their money for the tickets. At the end of the day, Coventry City Football Club wouldn't be as big as it is without the fans. We fill out the CBS all the time. The away stand is always full, and they have a right to speak and give the criticism, because like I said, the club wouldn't be what it is without them. But yeah, as the gaffer said, there was a lot backing us. They all stand up and clap us, they stay at the end, and sometimes that's what they need to do. They need to vent and get their opinion out, and we need to take that on board.
I don't want to labour the point, but as well as the disallowed goal, you came so close towards the end, so I'd say you didn't get one in.
It's just how it was. Like I said, that goal, in my opinion, we've watched it back. He said he's give handball, and at the end of the day, once he's given his decision, that's final. But like I said, I've watched it back. Hadji's not handballed it, and he's made a great finish. But at the end of the day, we'll go back. We'll learn from this game. We'll look over it, and that's the good thing about football. We've got a game on Tuesday night to put it right. And like I said, give these fans something to cheer about, because when they're cheering and when they're shouting, there's nothing better.
Playing with the back three with you in the middle, how did you feel that went?
Yeah, it was just something that the managers and the coaching staff spoke about in the international break, just to give a bit more security throughout the middle. We've got the players to chop and change formation. So I felt good in there. I don't think they had a lot. I think we had a lot of the ball, and like you said, we created a lot of chances with the two up front. And we had Hadji and Brandon on the bench coming on straight swap, which gives us loads of energy up front. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought we had control of the game, so yeah.
And you played the whole game, having played a game of 3 quarters during the international window for Jamaica. Obviously, you felt fit to do all those things.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's my job. I'm just doing my job. We're used to playing 3 games a week. We're used to playing in the international break. If I wouldn't have been in the international break, I'd have been training really hard back at the Sky Blue Lodge, just like the other boys have. So it's just part and part of being a footballer. You have to be ready. I come back, and the gaffer said he wants to play me, and I'm fit. So I was happy to play.
Is it difficult to play one position for your country and a different one for your club?
No, I've done it for a long time now. I've got great coaching staff around me to help me with my country, with my club. I'm very privileged in that sense, so I find it quite exciting that I get to play all these different positions and get to learn all these new tools. So no, I'm completely fine with it.
And you mentioned Tuesday night, obviously QPR, and that looks like a really big game for you.
Yeah, every game's a big game right now, and the main thing we want to do is, like I said, give these fans something to cheer about. We know they'll turn up again in London on a Tuesday night. Even we know they'll come in numbers, and we really want to make them proud. And there's nothing worse than feeling like we've let them down. Once you see them come in these numbers, paying all that money. So we want to really give them something to cheer about.
What you were saying earlier, if you keep working hard, you're confident you can turn it around.
100%. We've got the players, we've got the coaching staff, and like I said, the level of our performance. Like today, we were in the game for the whole game. We was there. We just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net, and unfortunately, we switched off for a second. And they have experienced players for Preston, and they took advantage of that.